All right, so far you have watched a Bill Nye video that introduced the basic forms of energy, and he actually referenced a few other forms of energy, but these are the forms that we're going to focus on in 4th grade. And you've also read those textbook pages in your workbook pages that also introduced these forms of energy. So you can see here in the bold letters MELTS. So they've created this acronym MELTS to help us remember the 5 basic forms of energy. So the first one that we're going to be introduced to is mechanical. If you haven't cut out this notebook page yet, please pause the video and you'll want to cut along each section so that you can fold each of these pages back as you are taking notes. So let's get started. Right here with mechanical energy. Mechanical energy refers to the total kinetic and potential energy. So 2 more terms referring to that kinetic and potential energy. I know that Bill Nye referenced both of those in his video, but you're going to learn more about those, I believe, on Thursday as you watch a Generation Genius video where Dr. Jeff goes through and does a really great job of modeling kinetic and potential energy. The next one that we want to talk about is electrical energy. This energy comes from an electric current. Something else that's important to know about electrical energy is that wires often carry an electrical current. So wires often carry an electrical current. Now, something else that you may have heard from the video is that we can also, and we often use wind and water to generate electricity. So wind and water can be used to generate electricity. Give you guys a moment to get caught up. Zoom up just a little bit and move up. The next basic form of energy that we're going to talk about is light. So light energy, a couple things that we want to know about light energy is that light is made up of tiny particles that travel in waves. So made up of tiny particles that travel in waves. Something else that's important to know is that light travels in all directions unless it is blocked. So light travels in all directions unless it is blocked. And if you need to, I know on my copy that I have, I went through and I created like a little line here just to divide each of these sections. If that helps you to keep that organized, then I suggest doing that. All right, the fourth one that we want to talk about is thermal energy, so heat energy. Something that's important to know about heat energy is that heat energy moves from a warmer object to a cooler object. Heat energy will move from a warmer object to a cooler object. I think of like a pan on a burner with a handle. And I know that the heat source is right here. And it's going to move from this warmer object, travel into this saucepan, maybe you're boiling water to make like macaroni and cheese or pasta. And it then is going to transfer from your stovetop to this pan to then heat the water. So again, from a warmer object to a cooler object. I'm going to give you guys a moment to finish writing down these notes on thermal or heat energy. And the last one we're going to talk about is sound energy. So I'm going to zoom out just a little bit more, and we're right down here on the last one. So I'm going to draw this line. So sound energy. In fourth grade, we want to know that sound energy really requires air or water to travel. So you have to have either air or water for sound. And sound is produced when something is moving back and forth. The last thing that we want to note when we're talking about sound are two different important words that relate to sound, and they are pitch and volume. These are probably words that you've heard in specials before when you were in music. Pitch refers to those high and low sounds. So if you sing with a very high pitch or a very high sounding voice, or if you sing in a very low pitch or a low sound. So high or low sound. So then volume is something a little bit different. That's going to refer to how loud or soft the sound is. So two different words that relate to sound. If you need to go back or you need to pause this video at any point, then you may. Let me know if you have any questions about these 5 basic forms of energy. Again, this was just kind of an introduction or an overview. As we move forward on this unit, we're going to talk about each of these forms of energy in detail.